What's up, guys? Crazy hair. Sorry. Uh, CassMac chat. It's Tuesday, so we do this every Tuesday in the off season. You know the drill. Happy Veterans Day to everyone out there. Let me post this real quick. Let me post it real quick. Not too much news today. We filled out our coaching staff. Filled out our coaching staff. Really excited about the coaching staff. Although a lot of the new additions I don't know a ton about, so I'm not going to pretend to, but I love the addition of Tommy Watkins from the Minnesota Twins. He will serve as the third base coach. He spent 27 seasons in the Minnesota Twins organization. And I feel like Eddie Perez will be back as major league coach. And Tim Hires is the only holdover, but his contract is only good through this year. So depending on how the start goes, that could be a little different. Coles, the assistant hitting coach, I think that's how you say it, hasn't exactly gotten glowing reviews from what I've seen, but that's also Washington, so I guess you take everything with a grain of salt. But I'm really excited about the coaching staff and how diverse it feels. Young, veteran analytics. It feels like a good melting pot of mixture of new and different, and I think that's what the Braves need. So I'm really excited. Again, I don't know too much about the newer guys that the catching coordinator, catching coach, and so I'll have to do a little bit more of my research. But obviously, we know Alex Anthopoulos is very meticulous, turns over every rock. So if there is approval, and they all have seemingly a lot of experience. Tony Manzolino will switch to the bench coach role. Again, he was the former Baltimore Orioles interim manager. So a lot of different types of experience and a lot of experience in the game. And I think that's really crucial. And just to, again, have the mixture. And I think it's a different mixture that will be good for us as an organization. Obviously, it comes down to the roster and how that is constructed. There is a pretty common thread in that a lot of these guys have had associations with the Twins. Of course, that sparks the Byron Buxton rumors again. He's an Atlanta kid, but he last trade deadline declined to waive his no trade. So that's up to Byron Buxton, of course, but we could be in the market for those familiarity guys with the Twins and maybe even the Mets with Jeremy Hefner being the former pitching coach there just recently. So maybe some San Francisco guys with some ties there. So that'll be interesting. Willie Castro, a guy that I've been clamoring for a utility type of role, could fit perfectly. But again, it takes two to make a deal, and sometimes even more when it comes to that. Drake Baldwin won the Rookie of the Year, excuse me, as he should have. A lot of Cubs fans complaining. Cade Horton was awesome in the second half, but you play 162, so that is, and Drake Baldwin doing what he did for as long as he did, and effectively as he did, because he became the primary catcher due to the Sean Murphy injury. Just super, super impressive. That also helps us as we get another draft pick. I believe 28th overall, and 3.4 into our signing pool. Plus, there's about a 4% chance, I believe I read, that we could get the number one pick. So could be very, very interesting. Also, with that extra pick, we might be a little bit more aggressive with the guys that signed the qualifying offer or were offered a qualifying offer. So if we do that, we forfeit that extra pick, but it might be worth it depending on who that player is we sign in free agency. But yeah, I'm really excited about how the coaching staff and things came together. Like I said, I think it's a perfect mixture and some different things and some new blood. So that's once again why I really can't give an overall opinion until I see it. But I'm really excited that we kind of branched out in several areas of the coaching staff, and I'm really excited to see how that plays. Alex Anthopoulos said today that Spencer Schwellenbach is pain free, which is awesome. Grant Holmes has been working out and throwing off the mound, which is great. Obviously, the Joe Jimenez, we're not sure about his knee. That throws a wrench into things. The GM meetings are today, so they start today, I believe. And Alex Anthopoulos is there. And if his track record holds, there could be early on moves because he likes to set the market, so to speak. But that is just my thoughts. A lot of the times, especially with bullpen moves, those are the ones that come early. And with the Pierce Johnson and Tyler Kinley options decline, the bullpen is kind of bare right now, and Raisel Iglesias being a free agent, so that is an interesting development. And usually Alex Anthopoulos likes to build from back to front. There was some news